want to say thank you for all of you for taking part in this amazing session. I think this is one of the very unique things in our conference. And thank you to the amazing Roundtable moderators who led this part. And this year we decided to do something special in order for everyone to be able to understand what went in the other tables they couldn't visit. We wanted to give each Roundtable moderator 1 minute to present in a word herself and the topic and the main takeaway she received from the Roundtable. So we don't have much time, so it will have to be very, very accurate. 1 minute. You have the timer here. I will just pass the microphone between each and every one of you. And Talia, can you start, please? Talia will set the example. They will volunteer to set us the example. Okay, so let's hear them, guys.
I hope I can make it. Okay. So our table, together with Asi Mastika, we talked about the initiation of the subject was product manager and data science pros or falls, and we discussed who initiates project, what relationship do we have with our clients, what we know about them, what we should know. And we gave some examples of where we fail when we are not sure of what our clients' needs are, when we are just doing things for fun and for data science and not in good enough relation with our product, and when we are not defining our measures and fail too slow, and we spend a lot of time just on working on data. And there were some really good practices that we talked about in the table about how to improve our communication and how to do a mission-based team and to try to fail fast and deliver awesome projects. So this will be available in the website, the summary of our discussion. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Dana. I'm from Perimeter X. My company is trying to protect websites from automatic attacks. We're looking for data scientists, just saying. Our Roundtable, sorry, ignore what I said. My Roundtable was about labeling, the labeling process, the challenges. We discussed some techniques like semi-supervised learning and how to handle noisy labels and how to utilize both labeled and unlabeled data. It was really interesting for me. I hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Einat Tzipon, and our roundtable was about predicting in real life and predictability domains, which means if you have a model and then you want to use it, how much is a new data point usable, how much is a model usable in light of a new data point. We had a very interesting discussion because we had a group of people from very different domains. For instance, we learned that even if you don't have a model, but you just have a doctor trying to have a diagnosis, what he learned before is very relevant to what he can diagnose. We had a very interesting discussion about different models and how it can be used to solve different questions and how they affect how our features are looking and how we define the distances between the different, time's up. So, distance definitions and interesting people.
Hello, everybody. I'm Christina. In the roundtable, I was moderating. We talked about experimentation in big companies, but also smaller companies. And in particular, we were interested in cases where randomization or perfect randomization goes wrong, because either we cannot randomize or it's possible to randomize, but our assumptions get violated. Think of all the situations where any user that gets exposed, so that one user might get exposed to 2 treatments, for example. Or even situations where we have no control group. And this happens more and more, and makes it very difficult for companies to measure the performance of their changes or their models. So with the amazing participants of the table, we came up with solutions But of course, we're also aware of the caveats of all these solutions, so I want to thank them very much for the inspiration.
Hi, I'm Efrat Vilensky. We talked about exploratory data analysis of multivariate data. When you have data with many variables, it's time-consuming to learn the characteristics of the data, and it's not trivial to do it. We talked about different tools and methods to do it, and also about the gaps that exist and how we can improve it. And the idea is to find ways to do exploratory data analysis more efficiently, gain more insights in less time. And one of the approach to do it is first scan the data with unsupervised method, and also utilize interactivity.
Hi there, I'm Sherby, and my topic was around experimentation, but specifically what can we do beyond A/B testing. And so the first thing we concluded was that experimentation is very, very hard, and even though we all claim to do it very well, it's actually very difficult. And so we talked about some really interesting ideas around what is a metric, what is a good metric, how many metrics should we have, how do you partner with your business partners to make sure that those metrics are actually measuring the business impact that you care about and subject to all the data science constraints that we have. Then we also talked about some new methods. So what can we do beyond A/B testing? And so we specifically centered the talk around sequential testing and multi-arm bandit testing. And we talked about what scenarios in which sequential testing is appropriate versus multi-arm bandit testing versus A/B testing. And then we decided to make a network of experimentation friends so that we can follow up and discuss more about practical implementations, follow-up questions, and how do you continue to be doing experimentation as best we can.
Hi everybody, my name is Liron. I'm from a small company called NVIDIA. We talked about sharing AI resources and how to best plan your experimentation around GPUs. We talked about the differences of GPUs that there are out there, because there are many, and about tools that are out there and SDKs and software in order to help your AI experimentation. And it was nice to hear what others are doing with the GPUs, what kind of companies and what they're doing with AI solutions out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.
I'm Maya. I'm from NEC Research Lab here in Herzliya. I led a table cyber anomaly. Specifically, we talked about industrial control system that run well-defined repetitive scenarios. If something looks different, it's usually different. It's usually interesting. Sorry, it's something that we would like to know about it. This is a great case for anomaly. Our conclusion were on the specific talk how to handle text data that doesn't look like a language. It's not a real language, like security information or different system logs. One conclusion that simple AI sometimes works. Sometimes we don't need the heavy gun like learning. If we do use learning, we need to divide the text to select features, and we need some knowledge in security to do so.
Hi, I'm Noah from Checkpoint. Our topic was about how to productivize your data science projects, both serving and training, and to make things smoother so that we can work in a agilic way and to do our research without errors and with a stable environment and system. Actually, my team, Checkpoint, is now focusing on how to make such a framework that all of the company can use. So not only that I need to collect the requirements and understand what the product actually is, then having this kind of table made me understand in different use cases what is actually needed, and thank you for that. And I understand that the most difficult part is to understand what the good methodologies are, and then only understand how to productivize them. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Liat. I'm a PhD student at Ben-Gurion University. My research area is explainable AI, and this was also the subject of this table. So we talked about what is explainable AI, why do we need to explain a specific instance, and why is it different from feature importance of all the model. We talked about different methods for explainability, for example, SHAP, which I use in my research, and also Yonit mentioned in her presentation. I heard about different approaches of methods from the other people, and the interesting thing is that we had around the table people from completely different domains like agriculture and cyber and security and cost monitoring and different, and they all need explanations. And we talked about who are the customers of the explanations, like us for improving the model, or the domain expert, or the management. And the most difficult question is how to evaluate the explanation. Is it good or not?
Hello, I'm Saraya from Booking.com, and I was holding the roundtable together with my colleague Sarai. We discussed about the role of a data scientist, specialization versus full-stack data scientist, and structuring data science teams. So obviously this is quite dependent on the size of the company and the nature of the company, and it was quite interesting because we had people from different types of companies and also from academia. And I think some of the key points that we discussed is that whether you're doing full-stack or doing everything as a data scientist or not, it's key on the one hand that you have an appreciation of the different tasks that are involved in data science and also in the related areas, that you have a basic skill set or understanding so that you can manage to do a bit of other things if needed, that we bridge the gaps so that we communicate within the organization, we communicate with developers, we communicate with product to make that quite clear, and that data scientists also maintain ownership regardless whether you're productionizing or not, that you maintain ownership of your data products or data outcome throughout the product lifecycle.
Hi, my name is Noah, and I'm a group product manager data science at Booking.com. And in my table, I had an amazing participants, and we talked about computer vision and the crossroads between business and building machine learning model and applying machine learning model. One of the things that we have went through in our talk is how actually we build a computer vision model. What does it take for annotation of a computer vision model and the different pitfalls for which choosing the annotators and asking the right questions. And we actually concluded with an interesting research that we are now kind of working on in the Booking.com office while sharing with the people to give their own opinions on what should we do next. So that was pretty amazing, and I'm really excited to be part of this event. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. This amazing group of speakers and moderator roundtables. It was amazing once again. And before we close this conference and move with the selected few that purchased the ticket to the tutorial, I wanted to say a final word about community, about our community. To quote someone bigger and better than me, Henry Ford once said that coming together is the beginning, staying together is progress, but working together is success. So in our contacts, as I said before, I believe that community is the secret sauce to feed our superpower as data scientists. And I hope that this conference made you understand my point. And I really, really encourage you to keep on being a part of this community. Join our Facebook group. Come to the meetups we organize. Organize meetups yourself, connect with us, connect with one another, use these roundtables to make the connection, to start discussing your data science work, the impact you have over the world, how do you use your superpower, and build yourself as data scientists out there. So So thank you everyone for coming to this conference, and it was amazing to see you all here.